If you've spent any time on the internet in the past decade, you might have heard of a little gaming company called Roblox. Roblox is a massive digital world where millions of users, most of them being kids, can create and play their own games. But for a company that promotes itself as a safe and creative playground, its history is a cycle of controversy, public backlash, and reactive crisis management. Today, we are going to be breaking down the repeating pattern that defines the Roblox Corporation and ask the question, is Roblox's business model fundamentally at war with its promise for an online safe community? To understand where we're at today, we will have to go back to the beginning of the end. In 2016, Roblox made arguably one of its most disruptive decisions to date. It eliminated tickets, also known as ticks. Tickets were a popular, free virtual currency. Users could earn tickets just by logging in or getting in-game visits. This gave non-paying players a way to earn in-game currency and let them participate in the in-game economy. Tickets would allow a user to buy things from the in-game marketplace, alongside the paid version of Roblox currency, Robux. Finally, on April 14th, 2016, Roblox converted the remaining tickets in players' inventories to Robux, killing any free currency structure within the game. The company's official statement on the matter was that having two in-game currencies was too confusing for its player base. This move ultimately forced all of Roblox's economic activity to be filtered through a single currency, Robux, the single paid currency. A year later, in 2017, Roblox took it a step further. Roblox permanently removed its guest mode feature, which allowed people to play without creating a Roblox account. The company said that this would curb rule breakers and exploiters who were using throwaway accounts to bypass chat filters and evade bans. While that was a legitimate concern, the decision also had a major side effect. It forced more players to sign up for accounts, directly boosting user registration and eventual monetization motives. I think we can all see how if you are forced to make your own account, you are much more likely to spend money, considering if you spend money on that account, you can continue to have the assets that you can buy with that money going forward tied to your account every time you sign in, whereas if you have a guest account, there's not much of a reason to spend money on the game, because when you sign out and sign back in on a new guest account, it'll be completely fresh. So obviously you will be more likely to spend money if all of your in-game rewards will be tied to your account going forward. These two changes, the removal of tickets and guest accounts, were foundational in what we will be talking about today. They cemented Roblox's stance on being a business-first model, where every user was just a data point for growth, and every transaction was tied to a monetization system. This would set the stage for everything that came next. By 2018, the user-generated nature of the platform became a serious liability. The internet was flooded with reports of things like condo games, which were thinly veiled virtual spaces for sexually explicit role-playing, easily accessible to underage players. These communities would often create innocuous-looking games, creating titles similar to Adopt Me, which was a role-playing game where one party would role-play as a parental figure and another party would roleplay as an orphaned child looking to be adopted by them. I'm sure we could see where that would run into some issues with child safety. Unfortunately, like all of these issues, it wasn't just contained to the digital world. At least 30 people have been arrested throughout the United States since 2018 for incidents that involved child safety. Now, the platform's design was a key enabler. The Louisiana Attorney General's lawsuit will later claim that Roblox's design enables adults to pose as minors. Predators could use direct message chats to communicate with children, and often using Roblox's built-in currency, Robux, as a tool for coercion. These bad actors often move these conversations over to an unmoderated service such as Discord, where the child exploitation would escalate without any oversight. A Bloomberg Businessweek report even found that there were forums within the dark web that would share tips and tricks on how to bypass chat filters within Roblox by using intentional typos or emojis within their sentences. This crisis came to a head on December 13th, 2021. With a viral YouTube video from the channel People Make Games, the video interviewed an anonymous victim who had been sexting with a 24-year-old Roblox game developer when she was only 12 years old. The developer, who went by the name Doc, was creating a fan game of Sonic the Hedgehog named Sonic Eclipse Online. The game drew widespread attention from Roblox users, one of them being a 12-year-old aspiring game developer. This girl reached out to the developer team and was eventually invited into the Discord so she could follow along on the development process of a new game. The main developer, Doc, would send her personal messages about the game's development, screenshots, PNGs, all that sort of stuff, only regarding the game's development, but unfortunately, these messages grew predatory in nature, with Doc's vile comments masked as jokes being made to the minor. He was reported by multiple users and developers to Roblox themselves, but the game remained active on their site as none of these things happened on Roblox. Roblox had deemed the developer's game not dangerous for children. Ironically enough, if you could have guessed this is coming, the developer was later sentenced to 15 years in prison for a separate incident where he paid an Uber driver to escort a 15-year-old for sex. This video by People Make Games, I highly recommend checking it out, video link will be in the description, drew mainstream attention to the platform's safety issues. It highlighted a situation where Roblox initially refused to act on a developer's game, claiming that it did not pose a safety concern. This allowed Doc to continue to own and profit off of Sonic Eclipse Online through the use of sock puppet accounts, since his main account was banned. The game was eventually taken down though, don't worry, but only after a copyright infringement notice was issued by Sega themselves. This sequence of events shows the company's inconsistent approach to enforcement. They'll take swift action when it comes to copyright infringement, but appear to be much more lenient on allegations of child endangerment. Roblox's reactive pattern was cemented in 2022. Facing potential litigation from a music rights lawsuit, Roblox implemented what many in the community call the audio purge. This sweeping update automatically flagged and removed thousands of user-uploaded sound files regardless of their copyright status. From Roblox's perspective, this was a necessary and swift response to simplify its music rights management. However, many public users and developers thought this to be a lazy, overarching approach to a very simple problem. The public reaction to this was one of frustration. The change effectively broke thousands of user-created games. The developers complained that they did not get proper notification before all the sound files were removed, and that this was a major destructive change within an abrupt time frame solely for the sake of the company. And that will lead us right into the year of 2024, when a damning report was released by the financial research firm Hindenburg Research. The report claimed that Roblox had massively inflated its user activity metrics to appeal to investors and described the platform as a quote-unquote pedophile hellscape. Hindenburg alleged that Roblox's moderation systems were ill-equipped to handle safety threats and accused the company of reducing its spending on trust and safety to boost its profits. The report also stated that the company's virtual currency, Robux, was being weaponized by the predators to exploit children. Roblox responded in a statement stating that they totally reject these claims and called Hindenburg short sellers with a clear agenda, claiming the report was misleading and inaccurate. They asserted that Roblox has a robust set of proactive and preventative safety measures to keep children safe. Regardless of this statement, the public and investor reaction was immediate. The day the report was released, Roblox's stock price plummeted. While the stock later rebounded, the damage was done. Subsequent reporting from Hunter Brook Media lent significant credibility to Hindenburg's allegations by revealing that both the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the Federal Trade Commission had opened previously undisclosed probes into the company. The existence of these federal investigations, which Roblox has not publicly acknowledged, caused the stock to fall even further and signaled a new era of financial and legal scrutiny for Roblox. This repeating cycle of external pressures and reactive policies continued into 2025. In August, I'm pretty sure most of you have heard about this one, but Roblox banned a YouTuber who goes by the name Schlep. Schlep gained a massive audience on YouTube for performing catch-a-predator-style sting operations within Roblox. Schlep's videos reportedly led to 6 arrests of child predators that used Roblox as their #1 tool to exploit children. Roblox defended banning Schlep, calling his actions vigilante behavior, stating that taking the law into your own hands isn't safe in the real world, and it's not safe online. The public's reaction was loud and overwhelmingly negative. The hashtag #FreeSchlep trended on social media platforms as fans and fellow creators accused the company of prioritizing its reputation over the safety of its users. Critics highlighted the hypocrisy of a platform that had a known issue with predators, yet was banning a community member who was actively helping law enforcement. Schlep himself called the company's explanation a joke and publicly questioned why Roblox had done nothing with the evidence that he had submitted to the authorities. This decision was not only seen as a tremendous PR failure for Roblox, but it served as the catalyst for a lawsuit from the Louisiana General Attorney. Just days after the Schlep controversy, the Louisiana Attorney General, Liz Murrill, filed a civil lawsuit against Roblox, explicitly citing the Schlep ban as a key example of the company prioritizing profits over child safety. Murrill's office had already been investigating Roblox before the Schlep ban and had already identified multiple cases in which predators used Roblox to groom children, including one where a man used voice-altering software to pose as a girl. The lawsuit alleged that Roblox's design allows predators to thrive, unite, hunt, and victimize children due to a lack of safety protocols, such as reliable age verification and parental consent requirements. The suit also claimed that the company misled parents about the platform's safety while knowingly allowing inappropriate material to flourish. The state is seeking damages, restitution, and a court order to mandate stronger safety measures. Roblox again issued a statement saying that the allegations are categorically untrue, asserting that it would never intentionally put their users at risk of exploitation. The company highlighted its rigorous safeguards and its commitment to continuously block bad actors who attempt to move users off the platform. However, the public reaction was one of a new level of concern for Roblox. The lawsuit, being a government-led civil action, was viewed as a significant escalation from a private-led lawsuit and was seen as bellwether for potential future state or federal regulations. The lawsuit's explicit link to the Schlep ban solidified the public's narrative that Roblox's reactive policies were failing to keep up with the platform's systemic problems. But that's not all, folks. Just days after the Louisiana state lawsuit, the popular legal YouTube channel, Law by Mike, released a video titled, "We're Suing Roblox," amassing over 12 million views. Law by Mike confirmed a partnership with Schlep's lawyers to file a new lawsuit. The lawsuit, and others from firms like Anapol Weiss and Stenar Gold, alleged that Roblox has become a digital hunting ground for predators. They claim the platform's design is dangerously flawed, allowing adults to pose as minors and groom children before moving to unmoderated platforms like Discord. The lawsuits highlight specific harrowing cases, including one in which a 13-year-old girl was groomed on Roblox and subsequently kidnapped. The core legal argument is that Roblox knowingly misled parents by marketing itself as safe while prioritizing growth and profits and ignoring obvious warnings about child safety. The lawsuits are seeking not just justice for the individual victims, but also to force Roblox to implement critical safety reforms. Under this immense pressure, Roblox again reacted. The company has since rolled out an AI-based moderation system to detect signs of child endangerment. Roblox's chief safety officer, Matt Kaufman, stated that the company will require all users with access to communication features to go through an age estimation process by the end of 2025. This new system uses a combination of facial AI, ID verification, or parental consent. Roblox claims that the new system submitted 1,200 reports to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, highlighting its increased efforts to address the issue. Most impactful Tactfully, it set a September 30th, 2025 deadline for developers to complete a maturity and compliance questionnaire. Developers must complete this questionnaire for their games to remain playable. This policy was aimed at providing content maturity labels so users and parents could make informed decisions about what to play. This new policy, much like the 2022 audio purge, has been met with backlash. Many developers, especially those who were inactive or have left the platform, were concerned that their games would be deleted or made inaccessible because they would not be able to complete the questionnaire in time. This was seen as a major threat to the platform's history, risking a mass extinction of older, unsupported titles. A developer on the Roblox forum noted that unrated experiences make up for only about 1.5% of daily playtime, and questioned why Roblox was mandating the questionnaire for every game. However, Roblox assured developers that their work was safe, and that they could restore all public access at any time by completing the questionnaire. Still, the move highlighted the ongoing tension between Roblox's reactive, top-down risk management and the preservation of its user-generated creative ecosystem. From the elimination of its free currency and guest accounts to its current ongoing state lawsuits, a clear pattern emerges. The very business decisions that laid out its financial success, such as streamlining its economy, also created the environment for these systemic vulnerabilities to thrive. This isn't a story of bad luck. The company was compelled to act only when a crisis emerged, and it was only after viral YouTube videos and controversies that transformed Roblox's niche safety concerns into a mainstream crisis. As the platform faces escalating legal scrutiny and federal investigations, the fundamental conflict at its core remains. Can a business model built on user-driven growth ever truly be compatible with the slow, careful work of robust child safety? The company's future hinges on its ability to break this cycle. Until then, the fragile ledge that Roblox sits on is under threat, not just from bad actors, but from the very strategies that fueled its rise. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next one.